What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys this guy right here, the OnePlus 7 Pro, and my experience with it 2 years later. Now, as you guys know, I do switch from device to device. Right now, I am using the Galaxy S21 at the time of this recording, and that'll definitely change in the coming weeks and months. But the OnePlus 7 Pro, I've been using this heavily. It was my main daily driver for the longest time, and this has been my favorite phone. And I want to share my experience with it 2 years later in 2021 and how it's held up, if it's still worth the buy. So without further delay, let's dive right in. So instead of diving into each different section and whatnot, I want to point out the best things about this phone and why I would recommend it. First things first is going to be design. Look, this came out in 2019, so it's a 2-year-old plus device. And when you got something like this with a full screen, and then you got something like the Galaxy S21 with a hole punch design 2 years later, you're just like, this just feels so much more futuristic. Yes, it does have the pop-up camera, but that is okay. Design, it's amazing. That futuristic look of having a full screen, I love it. 90 Hz Quad HD, this display is amazing. Colors are accurate, they're vibrant. Quad HD AMOLED display. You can't go wrong with display. You're getting that futuristic look. It's big, it's hefty, it's got glass back. I did crack that, unfortunately. It does not have wireless charging. That's okay. The fast warp charge does make up for it. But when you're looking at design, some people don't like curved displays. That's okay. I get used to it. There are some accidental touches here and there. But in the end, honestly, throughout my use with this device, it hasn't really annoyed me to the fact I don't want to use this device anymore. I've absolutely loved it. Watching videos, playing games on this has been a breeze, has been superb because of this display. This is probably one of the main things about this phone. In 2021, you're not going to be able to find something like this. I mean, you will. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Galaxy S21 has a hole punch. iPhone has a notch, but this has a full display. It's literally from edge to edge almost. It's great. It's amazing. You'll love it. I think the next thing that we should be talking about with the OnePlus 7 Pro and just OnePlus devices in general is software. So OnePlus has Oxygen OS on top of Android with their smartphones. And right here with the OnePlus 7 Pro, it is currently running Android 11 Oxygen OS. And it is by far probably the most closest to stock Android, the most cleanest. It doesn't give you any bloatware, it doesn't give you any extra features here and there. It's just straight to it. And that's what I love about OnePlus, and it's very intuitive, very smooth. And with Android 11, with the OnePlus 7 Pro, let's kind of backtrack. The OnePlus 7 Pro did first come out with Android 9, and it got its first major release with Android 10, and then Android 11, which did take a while to come to the OnePlus 7 Pro. So in fact, if you go to About Phone, it will show that the Android version is 11 right here. So with Android 10, it was fairly quick, but with Android 11, it did take a while, and that was its second major OS upgrade. And unfortunately, we may not be able to see Android 12, who knows, unless we root the phone. But as of right now, an official statement from OnePlus hasn't come out saying, OnePlus 7 Pro will support Android 12. But I'm thinking, with the Snapdragon 855 with its 12 gigs of RAM, and it's just so smooth and intuitive, there shouldn't be any issue as to why Android 12 shouldn't be released on the OnePlus 7 Pro. It is still super fast. It's as fast as it was as the first day it came out, the first day I got this phone. Both Android 11, I did notice a couple bugs here and there, but with my overall performance, Android has been amazing. Oxygen OS has been amazing. As with Android 11, Oxygen OS, a lot of people have been complaining that it's given more of a Samsung UI kind of feel to it, but honestly, there's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, Android 11, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, Snapdragon 855. Honestly, this phone has kept me going, and if you have this same exact configuration. This phone should probably take you another 2-3 years with the Snapdragon 855 processor on top of its smooth performance with software. I think you should be good. And with that software, we're talking about performance as well. Snapdragon 855 has been great. It's been its flagship chipset from 2019 from Qualcomm. And 2 years later, we're getting Snapdragon 888, the 888 chipset. We're getting mid-range 780 and the Snapdragon 870. But Snapdragon 855 on the OnePlus 7 Pro has been phenomenal. I haven't come across any issues. This is my go-to, and I've dedicated this phone to playing Call of Duty Mobile because the experience is just amazing. I absolutely love playing Call of Duty Mobile on this device. Here I have the Samsung Galaxy S1 with a 888 with the Snapdragon 888 chipset, 8 gigs of RAM, and 120 gigs of storage. So if you think about it, it's like a downside, a 21. But of course, this is not the actual flagship. That's the S21 Ultra. But comparing it to something like the OnePlus 7 Pro, you would think, why would you go towards a quote-unquote downgrade with less RAM and less storage? Well, it's just, obviously, I'm testing phones. It's a different story. But performance has been great. I haven't come across any issues. No lag, no stutter with this 90 hertz display. Yes, it's not 120 hertz, but that's okay. 90 hertz really does the job for anyone nowadays. A faster refresh rate is so much better. But this has been an amazing device for gaming, and I specifically use it just for gaming nowadays. Obviously, I use it to review and for my other work, but this phone has become my gaming phone. If I'm going to be gaming on a mobile device, then OnePlus 7 Pro is definitely the way to go. It's just the immersive experience with this full display with Oxygen OS as well as Snapdragon 855, and 12 gigs of RAM has really it's been amazing. It's been great. If you have this exact configuration, you won't have any issue with it at all. Now, the one thing that a lot of people look for in a smartphone is actually going to be the camera, because whenever we go out somewhere, we're going to take a photo, we don't carry DSLRs or we don't carry pocket cameras. We carry our phone, which is our pocket camera, and the best camera you have is the one in your pocket. 7 Pro, when it first came out, it went through a lot of updates, and with those updates I did make videos at the time on the channel with those camera updates, and it was a good camera. It's been performing very well. But when I compare something to like the S21 or the iPhone 12 mini, you can definitely see how the camera has aged throughout the years. But it's great to know that there is a triple camera setup. There is a primary, a ultra wide, and a telephoto lens, which is great. And I absolutely love how they're giving that opportunity. Even the 12 mini doesn't have 3 lenses. It only has 2 lenses, but it still obviously does perform better. For those of you who are, OnePlus 7 Pro, it's not that great of camera quality. There's something called Gcam, but honestly, for everyday photos, it's going to get the job done. It really is. It's not bad as people say it is. For me, I think it was great. I absolutely love, night mode, and I will be posting, putting photos on screen of the images that I've taken, and honestly, I think they're good. I don't even have Gcam on this anymore. I did at first, but then I just stopped using it because I don't see the need to use it. I don't use it. Now, the only thing, looking at this telephoto, it is kind of like a little bit distorted, but that's okay. That is completely fine. I don't mind it at all. But with camera performance, you won't go wrong. I mean, I haven't gone wrong. And the one thing also I want to point out is I don't really use my camera too often. My phone camera, I might use it, to take a picture of a document or whatnot, or for, a camera review. But for, daily use, camera is like probably one of the least apps that I'm going to be using. Now, there's one thing I love about this phone and its camera is the front-facing camera. I mean, watch, when someone wants to take a picture of themselves, they have to click on, the motorized camera has to pop up. So if, they're taking a picture of you and they want to like take a picture of themselves and act like they're taking one of you, they kind of have to use the pop-up camera, and it's great. I caught so many people multiple times trying to do that. They're like, oh crap, you're man, he heard I'm taking a picture of myself when the pop-up camera, you know, makes that noise. But it's great. It hides that camera and gives you that more, you know, full screen experience, which is great. The front-facing camera experience has been decent. You know, it's a 16, I believe it's a 16 megapixel camera. It's been great, decent, with, you know, with FaceTime, with, I guess we shouldn't say FaceTime for Android, or can we? I mean, now with iOS 15, we can join in on FaceTime with Safari links, with internet links. But with like Google Duo and like video calling, it's been great. You know, I haven't had too many issues with it. Images and, you know, video calling has been a little bit fuzzy throughout my 2-year experience, but overall, it's got the job done. And I just like how I can hide that front-facing camera. I like this motorized camera, and after 2 years, people were skeptical about, you know, it's a motorized, you know, it's an extra part in your phone. Will it last for a certain amount, you know, after a certain period of time? And guys, after 2 years, it's been great. It's been great. There hasn't been any issue whatsoever. So you don't need to worry about that if you're going to pick this up. But as of right now, camera quality, it's been good. If you don't like it, guys, if you don't like it, I would highly recommend trying it out first. If you don't, then go for the Gcam mod. Next up is battery. Battery on this guy has been phenomenal. Throughout the 2 years of my experience of using this device, it has been great. So it has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. A 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which, what do you think in 2021 standards is not that great. This Galaxy S21 also does have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, and I can say it's significantly worse. But the one thing that I love about the battery is its warp charge. It's warp charge 30, super fast. You know, you can charge it. You don't need to charge throughout the evening. Just throw it in the morning, take your shower, eat breakfast, and then when you're getting ready for work, just take it out and you're all set to go. It's been great. Obviously, the screen usage 2 hours and 37 minutes with 56% charge. My usage on this has been on and off. I haven't been, you know, using it as a daily for the past couple days. So its usage has been a little bit different. But with this 4,000 milliamp hour battery, one would think, you know, after 2 years, it wouldn't last as long. And honestly, it's been more or so the same. If you want to save battery, you can bring it down to 60 hertz and full HD. But come on, I mean, you're killing the entire experience. Better to have quad HD with 90 hertz. Get that full experience because it already charges fast enough. It doesn't have wireless charging for those of you who use wireless charging, so keep that in mind. But honestly, with me using this device, and I use the OnePlus 8T with that, it didn't have wireless charging either. I got used to it. I'm not really looking for it. Obviously, I do have wireless charge. When I use it, and I enjoy it. But if the phone doesn't have it, I'm not really like upset with it. I love how this has a faster charging than my Samsung Galaxy S21. So with battery, you can't really go wrong. It's going to last you all day, and it's gonna get you throughout the day, but it's also going to charge up super quickly. If something happens and you forget to charge it at night, it's going to get you throughout the day with its super fast charging. OnePlus 7 Pro battery is a plus. So my overall thoughts about this device. 2 years later, 2021, this is my favorite device of all time. That's it, period. With the OnePlus 8 Pro, it had a hole punch. The OnePlus 9 Pro has a hole punch. Those are great devices. Obviously, they're great OnePlus devices. But for my personal opinion, I feel like this was the peak of OnePlus with their 7 Pro. This design was just phenomenal. The curve may be a little bit too curved for a lot of people. If they just got rid of that curve but kept this full screen with that pop-up camera, it would have been great. And added wireless charging for those of you who are interested, because the 7 Pro and the 8 Pro and 9 Pro does have wireless charging. But overall, it's been great. You know, the design of it, you know, holding it in the hand, the experience, the software performance, how fast it is. You know, it's super fluid, intuitive. 12 gigs of RAM. Its storage, 256 gigs is perfectly fine for me. It doesn't have expandable. That's okay. Its camera has gotten the job done for me for the past 2 years, and its battery has been great. It has been truly great. the battery, you can't, fast charging is a savior for me, which is why it's one of the main reasons why I absolutely love OnePlus device. Their battery technology is phenomenal, much better than Samsung's, especially with the S21. You may not agree with me, that's okay, but using this phone for more than 2 years now, it's been great. Would I recommend it in 2021? Of course I would, because you don't need to go out and buy the latest and greatest. You don't need to buy a mid-range when you can buy a flagship for the same price, a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old flagship for the same price as a mid-range. You don't need to go out and buy the newest iPhone, or you don't need to go up and buy the newest Samsung. You can buy a 1-year-old, perhaps even a 2-year-old, and especially this device, the OnePlus 7 Pro, you can buy a 2-year-old flagship knowing that this is going to get you throughout another 2-3 years. It's going to have a cheaper price. Definitely, I'm going to leave some links of the OnePlus 7 Pro and where you can purchase it in the description down below, so definitely check them out. But for me, it's a plus. This is my favorite phone of all time, period. It doesn't matter, 2021, 2020, 2019. As of right now, this is my favorite device of all time. That's been it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to Superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video, as it does help out the channel a lot and will help push my content out to more people, as I do want more people to see these types of videos and help people make decisions, and help people with their decisions on what kind of tech they're going to use in their lives. Anyway, that's it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Anyway, everybody, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to Superman that like button, comment down below, because with the more interactions we get on this video, not only helps the video and the channel, but also pushes the video out to more viewers. And best of all, Superman that subscribe button. Until next time, everybody, and until next video, this is MTG.